Hey there, guys. This is Flamzaron, aka YouTube's Tosuke. You've probably heard about this already, but if you haven't, basically, Sony Online Entertainment has been sold off. Sony sold them off, and they're now owned by this other company called like New Columbia or something. I don't even remember, but they're basically going to be called Daybreak Game Company, and that's probably making a lot of EverQuest fans worried. And I suppose on some level we should be, though. They said in the forum post like there wasn't going to change anything. Like they're still going to be working on EverQuest next. In fact, they even said they were probably pleased because I think what they were implying that they would have had more money, which may also kind of imply that Sony might be struggling a little bit, which could explain why they sold off Sony Online Entertainment anyway. And they're actually excited about making games for Xbox and whatnot. Though that doesn't mean that EverQuest Next is gonna be on Xbox One, obviously, because that's a Sony thing. Like, I'm pretty sure they own that. Heck, if you go on EverQuest 2 or just EverQuest or just the EverQuest portal, whatever, it still has like Sony on there as opposed to having Daybreak Game Company. And I feel like because now the MMOs, EverQuest Next and Landmark and whatnot, are going to be uh, outsourced by this company because they're still working on it. It makes me wonder if they're gonna try to do some other stuff with EverQuest, like maybe bring back Champions of Norath and try to make it a real Diablo clone, or making an open world game like Skyrim, or maybe even try to make something like Dark Souls or something. Who knows? Though they are still working on EverQuest Next, and I do want to stress that because those looking for Champions of Norath 3, EverQuest is probably as close as you guys will get besides like Gauntlet and Diablo in terms of just pure gameplay and story. But I did hear they had some layoffs, like that one guy who always did the presentations of um of of the EverQuest Next stuff. Like he got laid off apparently, and they apparently lost the or they could no longer use like this company for like mapping some software or something. I don't exactly remember what specifically it was, though they said that the work was still there, which is kind of weird because you can't if you can't use the company's work anymore, then wouldn't that mean the entire work is just kind of? I guess what they mean is probably the groundwork, and they're probably looking to continue it with maybe another company or maybe in house or something else. But who who knows? It's all we know is that now Sony Online Entertainment is now a separate group. I guess that I don't know. Maybe that makes it cheaper for Sony to pay. I'm starting to. I don't know. It's kind of weird though, because Namco, they had Namco Tales Studio merge into them, which is kind of interesting. And here Sony is selling them off. I'm surprised they didn't. I wonder if they. I don't know. That's interesting. I feel like if they merged though, I know they probably felt like that if Sony Online and Entertainment merged with them, uh, it would have it probably wouldn't have worked out well. So I guess I decided to go to a different group, and it may have been Sony Online Entertainment's decision as well. They may have had a hand in it. I'm not going to act like I have any sort of like financial or game industry political science stuff going on, but it's just kind of interesting, and I felt like it'd be an interesting topic to bring up. I'm not too worried about the general quality of EverQuest Next. I feel like most of the groundwork was already there, and it's like since it was mostly done, I feel like it's a really ambitious game. So I don't know, maybe some stuff's gonna kind of drop, but I feel like it's not gonna be that big of a thing. I think we'll just have to see kind of how everything works, and I'll probably still play it on PS4 because one, I have one, and two, I don't think my computer could run EverQuest Next. It couldn't run the Landfall beta, so. Oh, Landmark, not Landfall. Landmark. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. I'm not too worried. I can understand why people would be worried, but I also feel like that with this the EverQuest franchise may have some potential. And the reason why I say that is because now that Sony Online Entertainment is like something different, it's Daybreak. Uh, MMO associations and the company associations won't really necessarily be there, and so I guess EverQuest could be a bit bigger. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking. I do a lot of stream of consciousness. I don't really think that much when I talk, as most people do. But yeah, so that's all I have to say on it. We'll have to see what happens to this game. Hopefully, it'll still be awesome and beautiful. And yeah, this is Flamzer on aka YouTube Sasuke signing out. See you later.